Has Angel been practicing like up to this point?
Angel, were you at the press conference the other day?
Yeah.
Angel, I'm going to give you the same answer I gave you the
Oh,
other
okay.
day.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, all right. I got you. Is she gonna?
I'm not.
Have you decided if she's going to the Cayman Islands yet?
If I have, I wouldn't tell you.
Okay.
You're not entitled to that information.
Okay.
Okay? So I'll say it again. Angel was not in uniform tonight. Angel is a part of this basketball team, and Angel will be back sooner than later.
So is she practicing?
I've given you my answer, Glenn. You always have to deal with locker room issues. That's just part of coaching. In 40 years, I can never think of a time where I didn't have to deal with issues. That's what coaches do. Sometimes y'all know about them and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you want to know more than you're entitled to know. I'm going to protect my players, always. They are more important. It's like a family, Scott. Let me ask you this. If you do some disciplining of your own children, do you think we're entitled to know that? That's a family in that locker room.
Oh, brother, listen, there are so many things wrong with what she said, Dawn. First of all,
Girl.
what you are doing is the opposite of protecting Angel Reese. Let's just be very clear about that.
Correct.
Okay. Secondly, Angel Reese is not one of your children, and she is a famous athlete with one of the highest NIL valuations. You are going to have to address questions about her. That is part of the job. That's what comes with this. And the landscape of college hoops is changing. So this, you don't need to answer and you don't want to say anything. And it's the bit, you're just making it worse. You're making it worse for Angel.
Mm-hmm.
And again, because let me tell you, we talked about this last week too, Dawn, and they came for me and Allie last week too, because I said that these are times where if a Black player has a Black coach, and specifically if Black women had a Black coach, they would more likely better understand the nuances of this and why it's so important to protect Angel in this situation. And everybody was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And anybody can coach. Well, you know what? I didn't say anything about her ability to coach, but quite frankly, I have concerns about her coaching any Black woman. Let's just be clear about that because of her history with Brittany Griner and others. We won't get into all of that. But Kim Mulkey has a history, so let's just be clear. But secondly, the way Dawn Staley protects her players, any of these coaches, right? Angel Reese is depicted in the media in a very unfair way, And what you did in the first time when she wasn't available for a game by not answering, it led to speculation. And that's all that was in the comments for me, Dawn. I mean, it was. It's visible. She needs to get her grades up. She's this, she's that. First of all, we haven't even been officially told that she's suspended. She's absent.
That part.
All
we don't know a thing.
She's dealing with a personal issue, a health issue, and Angel has since tweeted, "Don't believe everything that you hear." Okay?
Correct.
So we don't know, but it's nothing but speculation, and it's speculation because of Kim Mulkey. And just to be clear, there are ways, and you're in PR, Dawn, so I hope you can speak to this, or I'd like you to. There are ways that this question can be addressed without you giving these specifics, okay? And also protecting Angel, right? And she just refuses to do that, and she's making it worse.
And I just feel like it's one of those things where we continue to say believe Black women, we continue to say protect Black women. And in this instance, she was this darling, this college basketball darling, all towards the end of the season, even though she did receive some backlash because of who she was and what she represented for young Black women. But, as we see the beginning of this season, it was like, okay, when is this coach really going to sit down with the athletics department and or other coaches on the staff and really sit down and come up with a blanket statement that makes sense that she can put out? Because you can say, because of HIPAA, because of, this is something that we would not like to discuss publicly, directly, and I am making sure that we are able to handle these things behind the scenes. There's a way you say that without that gaslighting tone or being condescending or being straight out rude or this is my team or I'm the slave owner here. I don't have to tell you what's going on in my field. And I hate to use that analogy, but honestly, I need people to really understand how Kim Mulkey sounds when she says the things that she's saying, and it's not in favor of protecting her player. It's not in favor of her providing this family environment. And I really want Miss Sequence to really get herself together and really kind of realize like she's not doing her a favor by having these antics, and she's not doing her a favor by not really showing up as the leader that she's supposed to be as her head coach.
No, for sure. And I mean, there's so many simple examples until they have that blanket statement. Like the first game where you benched Angel, I'm saying, because, they were blowing the other team out. You could have said they were getting blown out. There was no need to keep Angel in the game. And that's it, right?
To protect her.
Right. And that's it. There's so many things, like I said, that you can respond in a way without revealing anything, and also not leading people to talk about her grades and not leading them to talk about all these other things, I don't. And there's something about now all of a sudden people care about grades, Dawn. And I'm not saying grades aren't important. So I'm not trying to minimize education, but the boy's been having bad grades for a long time, and nobody was complaining.
What did Ben Simmons have when he was out there? He was in and he's trash. He's trash, okay? But yet, all of a sudden, you want to care about her grades, or you want to care about the fact that, she might have an attitude because she's feeling herself. I want Angel Reese to feel herself. I want her to be proud of what she has built in that program with her teammates. I want her to be proud of what she represents for NIL and for young Black women who rarely get that opportunity to have these partnerships and sponsorships. But one thing we're not about to do is allow a white head coach to act the way that she's acting and not hold her accountable for being the leader of this program and speaking out.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.